Good morning, my beloved students. I hope that you are doing well and that you are safe, inshallah, as usual. Welcome back to our beautiful community here. Tell me a little bit about you. How are you? What are you doing? What are you up to these days? So, are you ready to start with today's class? Perfect. Let's get started. As you can see, in this class, we're going to talk about comparative adjectives. First of all, we're going to identify what is the meaning of an adjective and what's the meaning of to compare. Then we're going to talk about comparative adjectives. So, are you ready to start? Let's get started. So, first of all, look at this picture and try to tell me what is an adjective. Look at these adjectives here that you have. We have simple, modern, wonderful, big, young, red, cool, round, small. All these, they are adjectives. What is an adjective? Adjectives are describing words. What does that mean? They tell what the noun is like. So we use the adjectives to describe the noun. We tell what the noun is like. We can describe its size, its shape, its color, numbers, feelings. We can describe different things related to nouns. So these are the adjectives. For example, hot, dry, sandy. We can describe the picture that you have here, okay? So adjectives, they are describing words. We use them to tell what the noun is like. For example, look at the peach that you have here in this page. We can describe the size as small. We can describe the shape as round. We can describe the color as yellow. We can describe the taste. It's delicious. It's juicy, sweet, and whatever. Okay, so usually when we describe what do we smell, we describe as flowery, smelly, stinky. These are some adjectives which are related to our smell sense, right? So I can smell. What are the adjectives that we can use to describe the smell? Flowery, stinky, smelly, nice, refreshing, for example. Okay, so according to the taste, we have too many adjectives which are related to the taste, what we can taste. Things cold, juicy, hot, sour, sweet, spicy, delicious, salty. According to the sight, what we can see beautiful things, tall, ugly, bright, shiny, short. Okay, so we can describe different pictures about what can we see. According to the noise, according to what can we hear, we can describe loud, quiet, melodic, noisy, nice, relaxing, different kind of music. Okay, so these are some adjectives related to our senses, right? Because usually we describe what do we see, what do we smell, what do we taste, what do we touch, as you can see in this page. Okay, so what can we touch? We can touch soft, hard, rough, bumpy, and so on. Okay, so what is an adjective? Adjectives, they are words that describe nouns. They answer the questions which one, how many, what kind of. Okay, so adjectives, they tell what the noun is like. These are the adjectives. Can you think of adjectives to describe anything around you right now? Can you describe it? For example, can you describe your book, your backpack, your pencil case. Just think. Now, according to the word compare, what does the word compare means? When we want to compare between two things, we need to tell how they are similar and maybe how they are different. For example, something long and something short, something beautiful, something ugly, something nice, something, for example, also ugly. So when we compare between things, we need to tell how they are alike, what are the similarities between both of them, and how they are different. If we want to compare between two nouns according or using a specific adjective, for example, this robe is longer than this robe, we use what do we call comparative adjectives. So we use the comparative adjectives to describe or to compare between two adjectives that are related to a specific thing that we are describing. Done? So, the comparative adjectives, as you can see here, we use the comparative to compare to people, places, things, no matter. A comparative adjective is usually followed by than. For example, this robe is longer than this robe. Okay? This insect is smaller than this one. So when we want to compare between two things, two people, two places, according to a specific, let's say, and we need to use a specific adjective, we use what we call the comparative adjectives. So now, how can we form the comparative adjectives? First of all, we need to identify how many syllables do we have in the word. Words, usually they can be one syllable, two syllables, three or more syllables. How should I know how many syllables do I have in the word? Usually we clap the word to know how many syllables do we have in the word. For example, the word bus. Try to clap while you are reading the word bus. So let's try. Bus. How many claps did you make? One clap. So bus, it is or it consists of one syllable. So bus, one syllable. While banana, let's try to clap the word banana. It's na. How many claps did you make? 3 claps. So the word banana consists of 3 syllables. So as you can see, na, 3 syllables. Watermelon, 4 syllables. So to know how many syllables do we have in the word, usually you need to clap the word when you pronounce it, okay? According to the number of the claps that you made, you're going to know how many syllables your word have, okay? For example, rainbow, 2 syllables we have in the word. But what does this have to do with comparative adjectives? Because in order to form the comparative adjectives, we need to know how many syllables do we have in the adjective. If the adjectives are 1 syllable adjectives, if they consist of only 1 syllable, like dark, fast, wide, safe, fat, big, short. Okay, try to clap the adjectives when you say them. If the adjective is one syllable adjective, what do we do to make the comparative adjective? For most adjectives, we add ER to the adjective. For example, dark, darker than. Fast, faster than. Ahmed is faster than Ali, for example. So for most adjectives, we add ER. If the adjective is ending with E, we only add R. Like for example, white. It ends with E, so we only add R. Wider. This street is wider than the other one. Safe. This town is safer than other town. Okay? For adjectives ending in vowel consonant, we need to double the last consonant, then we add ER. For example, fat. The word fat, it ends with a vowel and consonant. So to form the comparative adjective, we need to double the last consonant, then we add another ER. Fatter, bigger. Okay, so for most adjectives, we add ER, cold, colder, old, older, tall, taller, fast, faster, because let's remember how many syllables do we have in these adjectives? Only one syllable. Cold, one syllable. Old, one syllable. Tall, one syllable. Fast, one syllable. Okay? If the adjective ends with E, we only add R. Wide, wider, late, later, large, larger. And if the word ends with a vowel consonant, we double the last consonant, then we add ER. Hot, hotter, big, bigger, fat, fatter. Okay, so this is the first rule of how can we form comparative adjectives. We're going to continue in the next video. Thank you so much.